What up, Culture? You gonna help me plant this tree? Nope, I didn't think so. Oh, the garden of struggle. Step by step, though. And yep, next to a house, abandoned house, thank goodness, that just burnt down about 2 weeks ago. But luckily the garden was spared. Appreciate the firefighters not only putting out the fire, but didn't step all over the garden. Yeah, there's dumping all over here. You all see that? But pleasantly surprisingly, if you're doing a garden or doing something with the space, the dumping stops. So no one has dumped over in this area. Hope that continues. And we're gonna keep making good use of the land, so people see something going on, they'll go the other way. All right, got 2 apple trees planted today. Let's get to this first one. Now this is up pretty high, but you don't want to get it too low because you want all of the nodes being higher than the ground above the dirt. So this looks like a pretty good height, and I know I was thinking to start with some good store-bought soil, but after doing some research, they said it's best to use whatever soil is going to be in the ground that's surrounding. So I'm gonna just put the dirt that I dug up back into the hole, add some fertilizer, some nitrogen, and keep it going from there. They said if you use higher quality potting soil, that'll more than likely drown the tree, and the roots won't get a chance to spread like they need to. So let's see. And the soil test was already done, so definitely want to make sure not only do the soil test, but of course take the plastic off of the tree before you plant it. And there's a couple roots already going. That's a good sign. And this was a store-bought tree. Got it from Home Depot Online Orchards, and this is a prairie spy apple tree. We're in Detroit, so this is a cold weather tree that was, I think, cultivated in Minnesota, so it should do well with the weather here. You see, I'm not even wearing any gloves, but if you're in the city like I am, it's probably best to wear some gloves just in case you pick up some glass or something like that on accident. Like I said, that was a general fertilizer I just sprinkled in. So anything high in nitrogen is probably okay. Sprinkle some more fertilizer on top, and after I water it, that water is going to take all that nitrogen and push it down to the roots. And we're going to stop there. Like I said, you don't want to go too high as long as the tree is secure. You don't want to go any higher than that first fruiting node. And this tree, pretty sure it looks like it was grafted, so I know it's probably hard to tell, but anywhere you see a little bump, that's where a branch was. So they probably cut this off of another tree, and that's where that tree branch was and where it's fruiting. So don't want to go any higher than that, and water it, and that's it. Apple tree in the city. This tree is about 2 years old, they say. I don't know, so we'll see how it does. We got one more to go. And these are not self-fruiting trees, self-pollinating, so it needs another tree close in the area. I dug another hole not too far away, and we'll do the same thing with this one. All right, now this is the second tree that we're doing here, and a little bit disappointed. This has absolutely no leaves, but it does have some good roots, so hopefully everything is okay with this one. I remembered to take the plastic off this time and pull it out of the plastic casing. I just went and got some water from my backyard. Nothing special. This is just rainwater I collected in the empty trash can. And like I said, they don't want to use potting soil when you're planting your tree, because that will, I guess, absorb too much moisture and flood out the roots. So same thing, we're just going to refill this hole with the dirt that came out of it. Put this camera on the tripod. Get a little bit closer on this one. Let me see, all that looks like they packed it with the sawdust. That's all that is. And the soil is a little darker because I have it mixed already with some biochar. But once again, this is not any store-bought dirt. This is just dirt from the surrounding area. I already had soil tests done to make sure lead levels are low. They're almost non-existent over here. And have some good plant material already in the soil, so you can make sure things will grow when you plant them. And that soil is already pretty moist, so I won't water as much on this one. And this is just the organic general fertilizer. This is not specialized for trees or anything like that. Forgot the name of it. I'll try to show you all in another video if I'm thinking about it. Remember, don't want to go too high on the soil when you're planting. When you feel those little bumps, that's probably where the tree was cut from, and you don't want to go any higher than that. Now this is literally the soil that came out of this same hole. And I already added, I think, a little bit more fertilizer than I did to the other one, or about the same, so I'm not going to put any more back on top this time. And that's about it. Going to water it, check on her, and you can always add more fertilizer later. Now, one thing I'm not doing now, might come back on another video and do, is either do some type of fencing or wrap around the bottom of the tree so rabbits don't get to it or any pests. But besides that, that's about it. And digging the hole, of course. But hopefully you already know how to do that, or you can watch another video to see how to dig a hole. You know what I mean? And it's that simple, so no excuse. Now, this is what I prefer to do. Plant some fruiting trees, let them do their thing. But big shout out to all the heavy duty gardeners. You know what I mean? I did my part, but that gardening is tough work, especially when you don't have money for raised beds and different things like that to have a little better setup than I do. And these fruit trees were only $40 each on Home Depot. I think they're a little bit less if you go to, let me take a look at the label for the actual type of tree it is. So this is the, are you gonna get it together, camera? Come on now. Well, it's not showing up clear here, but this is a Prairie Spy apple tree. All right. So that's the name of the tree. So I'll let you all know how it does. And yeah, appreciate all the people that have been helping out. Every dollar counts, and you see where it's going. The trees are only, like I said, $40 each. So even if you don't want to donate because you don't know what I'm doing with the money, hey, email me and you can directly buy me a tree. I'll give you the address and I'll show you in the video where I plant it. So even if it's not my property, it'd be nice to, instead of trash and dumping bin over here, plant an apple tree, put a little fence around it. You know what I mean? That'll not only make the place look a little bit better, that'll bring back how it used to be when, at least when I was growing up, there was an apple tree in my yard. Neighbors had a pear tree, someone had a cherry tree. You just go around the neighborhood, wouldn't even need to come home to eat until, I mean, of course you have to be home before it gets dark or the street lights come on. But yeah, while you're outside, could grab something off a tree and just eat. So it'd be nice to bring that back. And you can take another look at the Garden of Struggle, step by step, but we getting there. None of the bell peppers came in yet. The parsley actually looks pretty good. Things getting a little bit too much sun, and that's another thing. You'll look and see some plants need more sun than others. Then you'll think that you have it in a shaded place and it won't be as shaded as you thought, or vice versa. So like I said, not too easy, but can be done. You see those little buds there? Hopefully those are turning into peppers and not flowers, because you don't want it to flower, you want it to fruit. And we do have a couple of hot peppers coming in, which I don't like, but they said those are good at helping pests stay away, so that's always a good thing. And no tomatoes come in yet, but it's getting plenty of sun. Water as much as I can, and step by step, like I said, at least it creates a situation where people aren't dumping like they are. Lots right next to mine, and shoot, that's enough for me right now. So step by step. Thanks for watching. What up though? This is another garden update. Got some little tomatoes coming in, and you might notice I don't have any wood or any netting or anything for the tomato plants. I wanted to see how nature would support itself, and so far it looks pretty good, because I see the vines are actually attaching to the branches, so the tomato tree is supporting itself and supporting other tomato plants. So we'll see how that works out. If they do start going down, of course we'll give them some added support. Peppers doing more flowering than fruiting. That's not going too well. Same thing with these melons over here, and that's some basil behind there. But I do have, it's not the biggest melon, but it's definitely, that's a watermelon right there. I mean, you got a nice little size to her. A cup, maybe a B cup. Getting there, we getting there. I have some mulch that I've got donated from the neighborhood the other day, so putting that down, and the mulch will help keep some of the moisture in after I'm done watering, so I definitely need to do that ASAP. It's about 90 degrees today out here in Detroit, and finally have some peppers starting to show on the pepper plant, so definitely want to keep those watered and keep that going. And let's see what else we have. I know I have some more little melons coming in. Let me see if I can get a good picture of them. And another thing I didn't realize about these watermelon plants, I would not suggest putting those close to other plants, because you see this tomato plant here, little tomatoes coming in, is literally getting pulled down by the vines on the watermelon. So they're attaching to the the tomato plant and pulling it down a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably have to get some sticks for those, because you see on these watermelon here, they have little vines, tentacles coming off of them and trying to attach to something. So the closest thing, they'll attach onto them and stay on there unless you cut them off. And these are actually potatoes, so I think those are ready based on how big they're getting. And then that's some bok choy behind them, and those are flowering a little bit too much too, so I've already cut some off of the bok choy and tasted pretty good. So let's see if there's any cherries over here. These are called ground cherries. These are the first time I've grown these, and I picked a couple off the other day. They're in these little sacks. So once I don't think this one is ready, but just to show you all kind of what they look like, can open her up. Yeah, this one is definitely not ready. They'll turn white after they turn green, and then a little reddish, and then kind of be like a little sweet cherry. And those are tomatoes I brought from a friend's garden. They looked like they were doing too well, and but they were fruiting, so see if they recover and can produce some more fruit over here. And what is that? I think that's some parsley behind it. Parsley is actually doing really well, especially in the full sun. They say you should keep those in the shade more, but doing pretty well in the full sun. Now to what I really want to do, and am doing step by step, the apple trees. This has been about a week and a half. Looking pretty good. I just watered her. Have some manure and some plant material down there before I watered. And this is the other one that had no branches. Sorry about that, you all. That's the homie Culture. I think she just started her heat, so she been super chill. Been showing her much love. Nothing but compliments. Hers won't eat any of her food. Gotta feed her only the finest now since she's going through her thing. Only wants the salmon, no kibbles and bits. It's all good though. All right, back to gardening the trees. So like I was saying, yeah, don't plant watermelon next to your tomatoes. Make sure you look up what plants need more shade than other ones. Learn from my mistakes, you know what I mean? Reach out to me, shoot, if you need some advice or can give some advice if you're an experienced gardener. Shout out to Mr. Ortega Rufino. Been giving me a lot of advice, and definitely appreciate the support I've been getting. Shout out to the homie Dismantle, my guy Azizi. You know what I mean? They've been showing me much love over at Art in the Fly Space. I'm about to actually head there after I'm done posting this video. So, yep. Try to be quick because I knew my camera was about to overheat. But once again, this is about 2 weeks in. Wish it was a lot further along. Might not get any fruit this year, but hopefully it will. Because these are set for a cold climate, so it should be able to fruit through the end of the fall, maybe even early winter. And this one is really going slowly, but like I said, it had no branches whatsoever when I first put it in. So hey, step by step, I'm happy with it. And I would have ordered these fruit trees a lot earlier, but there's actually a free tree program in Detroit and I requested some. They accepted my request. I said fruiting trees only. I wasn't specific about what type of fruiting trees, but like I said, they responded back and said we're gonna take care of you, but never heard back from them. So gotta do for self, you know what I mean? But it's all good. Like I said, I do appreciate the support I have been getting, and step by step. And also about to go pick up some more stuff from Keep Growing Detroit. They also have a tree program that I signed up for too late this year, but I'll make sure to do my due diligence for the next year. Like I said, I'm way more focused on doing something with the trees and the fruit, and maybe some pecan trees even. But yeah, this gardening stuff, salute to you all gardeners. That's tough work. And once again, this is the house that burnt down, but gardeners unscathed, you know what I mean? Still out here. Shout out to the firefighters. Peace out, y'all. Thanks for watching.